Christmas! Here at Eleanor this year we are going to be baking some festive spice scones.
With a little help from our friend Laura Adlington from the Great British Bake Off.
For this recipe you will need 250 grams of self-raising flour, half a teaspoon of baking powder, 55 grams of butter, 75 grams of dried cranberries, 25 grams of caster sugar, a half a teaspoon of mixed spice, half a teaspoon of cinnamon powder, 150 ml of milk, 1 zest of an orange. So now we have measured up all our ingredients, we're going to package them up and send them to Laura. So, happy mixing!
Thanks ladies! I am so excited to make these Christmas scones for Eleanor. The recipe is incredibly simple and I just know that they're going to taste absolutely delicious. Let's get started. I've already preheated my oven to 180 degrees fan, and so now we're going to start making the scones. So first of all I'm going to sieve in the flour. And also 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and that's going to help our scones rise really nicely. We're also going to go in with some mixed spice and some cinnamon. Now I absolutely love cinnamon, so you can use a teaspoon of this or you can add a couple if you really like the cinnamon taste and smell like I do. Okay, next we're going to add in our butter. So for the butter, you want it to be room temperature or just slightly colder than room temperature, but not soft, not too soft, that it's kind of more liquidy and not too cold. And what we're going to try and do is incorporate this into our flour. And one of the tricks I like to use, and it's the same for making pastry, is to pretend that you're shuffling a pack of cards. So we're going to sift the butter through the flour like this until we get a nice fine breadcrumb consistency. And this is already smelling delicious with the cinnamon in there. Now the tip to a really good scone is to not overwork the mixture. So we're going to make this into breadcrumbs, add in some of our other ingredients, and then add in the milk slowly, and then just fold it in. You don't need to faff around with this or knead it like you would bread. We want the gluten in the flour to be really relaxed, and that way you're going to get a really lovely, soft, crumbly scone. That looks great. So now I'm going to go in with the sugar. This is a great recipe to do with kids because it gets lovely and messy and can get really stuck in. We've got some lovely currants here, including cranberries, but you can adapt this really and include flavours that you like if you want to. We've also got an orange zest, and that's really going to work lovely with the spices and elevate the flavour profile of these scones. Now I always use orange zest or lemon zest in my baking rather than lemon juice or orange juice because you get so much more flavour from this lovely skin. Okay, we're going to give that a quick mix with our hands, get that all shoveled in and evenly mix, and now we're going to go in with our milk. So you want to add the milk just a little bit at a time and be really, really gentle with it. Like I said, we don't want to overwork this mixture. So I'm going to pour in about half and then get stuck in with my fingers. This is definitely the very messy bit, but kids will love this. And then when it's just come together to make a sort of shaggy dough, we're going to add the rest of the milk. And bring it all together. Now the reason I use my hands is because if you use a spoon, the tendency is to whack it around the bowl and you'll end up overworking the mixture. And we don't want to do that. So we've got lovely sticky dough here, and now it's time to roll it out and get our scones shaped and in the oven. And we're just going to roll it across until it's big enough. That's looking really good to me. So now we're going to use a cookie cutter to cut them out. So now all the scones have been cut out, we're just going to go over them with a little splash of milk, which is going to give them a lovely shiny top. You can also sprinkle a little bit of sugar and maybe even a little bit of cinnamon, if you like, on top as well. Give them a little bit of festive sparkle. So these are going to go in the oven now at 180 degrees for about 12 to 14 minutes until they've risen and are looking beautifully golden.